Hey YouTube, continuing the week of subscriber videos from earlier in the seasons. So Cruel Trainer Bob sent in a team of, it is Shadow Gligar. I'll put up the shadow in 1 second here, but it is Shadow Gligar, Cresselia, and Wobbuffet. So I was looking at this team. I'm like, okay, there's an obvious double ghost weakness in the back here. Gligar, you got to think of like what your ghost typings are in this meta, right? So Trevenant is one. But there's also you're double weak to Ghost and Fighting in the back, right? Actually, I should see if it's Future Sight or if he's running Moonblast on it because of it. I may change this because I didn't actually see the movesets, but it may be Moonblast. But you're double weak to Dark in the back and Ghost in the back. Dark is less of an issue because Wobbuffet can hit super effective with counter. You could hit neutral with Grass Knot. It may be Moonblast. I'll check the typings. I've now updated my sheet to actually for you to tell me the moveset. Gligar is not the best answer to it, but it's a decent answer overall because you can deal with Trevenant if Trevenant is Ghost. It's safe against Darks in general too. Plus, you need potentially an answer for Steels because Cresselia can't hit anything against Steels and Wobbuffet can only do the counters, right? So this team potentially has some issues. I'm gonna check it out in action right now, and then we will comment accordingly. So before I start commenting on this, people. Mixed results about like how I comment on these videos. So first of all, it's mostly the titles have been harsh because they're like clickbait titles. So that's one thing. I don't actually think my criticism has been that harsh, but I'm getting two odds of people saying like you're being too harsh on people because like some people are new or you gotta start somewhere, and the other end is just like yes, that's why they're submitting because they want to learn and this is how Dan teaches. We know he's very straightforward and this is how it goes. So maybe there's a happy medium in there. I don't know. Drop in the comments. Drop in the comments about how you want me to analyze this. If it's like how I'm analyzing it is fine. If you want me to be less straightforward and like more, there's not a saying, but like when you in the government, everyone does this, and I hate it. People apply it to real life too, but they call it the sandwich approach, right? So you need to say something polite before you give the criticism and then end it off being polite again. So whenever someone gives a presentation, it's like, oh, that was a great presentation. Thank you. This was so amazing. Have you thought of, here are the 5 things that you did wrong? But yeah, this was great. Something like that, right? So you need to like sandwich the bad news in between the good stuff. I don't do that. I'm just like, here's the problem. Because like that's how personally I like to learn. I like to just tell me what's wrong and I'll learn and fix it because that's how my style of learning. So that's kind of my style of teaching. Is just like here's what you're doing wrong and why and how to fix it. But some people find that too direct. So let me know in the comments below if I'm being too direct and I need to tone it back a bit. So Sandslash, terrible lead. Okay, right off the bat, we're in trouble here, right? Cresselia has nothing to throw to Sandslash. Gligar has nothing. Well, Gligar has Dig, but you don't want to stay in that matchup because you're behind. You have to go Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet is bulky, level 51 counter user with return and mirror coats. So we'll see what happens here. So counter user comes in here. Charge Bug will resist the counter and hit super effective with X Scissors. So this is a very bad matchup. Excuse me while I drink some Red Bull on the side here. So this is a very bad matchup because X Scissor is super effective. Right, that's your third weakness. Dark, Ghost, and Bug. So you're weak against X Scissor. You're also very tanky though. So 2 not even enough to take you out. Can you get to a second return? No, you cannot. So go down. That's fine. You'll come in Gligar. You'll farm a ton here. In fact, I would not throw a move. I would just commit to the entire farm down because you need to come out with 2 digs. So don't throw a move here. Farm down completely. Come out with 2 digs. If the Sandslash comes in, you then have some stuff to throw at it. That's fine. You have to take it. You take it. You try and get 2 digs off on the Sandslash, and then you go. Depends if it's Shadow Claw. You may want to try and try to the 3rd. If it's Powder Snow, I forget what it was. You gotta leave immediately. So baiting. This is not a bad bait. I usually don't bait, but they're not going to let this go down immediately here. So now you probably can get with Claw. This is so smart. I always say never bait. If they're coming into a Sandslash with you loaded on energy, the Sandslash must be thinking they're going to dig once or twice and then bail into their back Pokemon. So a bait here actually works. And because it's a Shadow Claw, just throwing that quicker Aerial Ace probably allows you to get to 2 digs now. So you baited an Aerial Ace. Here comes the first dig. They let that go because you probably would have got to the second one. Now you can either commit to the farm down, shield, commit to farm down, or let it go and come here. And Swampert is great. They're going to leave you at top left because Grass Knot, bulky, going to take that with ease. Hypno. So you have sort of 2 answers for this in the back. I want to see what you do here. So Cress seems to be your safe swap. Sorry, not Cress. Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet seems to be your safe swap because it is so tanky. And the thing is, if you don't have an answer for Wobbuffet, one of those 3 that I kind of talked about, bug, stuff that resists counter users, it can just absorb so much damage. And this return does quite, I'll look up stats like maybe mid towards the end here. Like return does quite a lot, even from a non-attack heavy Wobbuffet. So grabbed a shield, took this to the yellow. Aquatail not enough to take out. Let's just chip with Mirror Coat. Yeah, because you just want to try and get it to wing attack range. So good chip. Instant swap and snipe. I mean, the Hypno lead, I think you're going to get okay with you. So you end up being okay with it. I don't know if I love that. You're like 1 or 2 Dragon Breaths away from being taken out here on your Wobbuffet. I just don't know if it's worth giving up Switch because you don't know what their back Pokemon is. So if their back Pokemon is like a Dugong or something, you're just setting your Gligar up to just be like, basically what would happen is you're just setting your Gligar up to be destroyed, farmed up on like a Dugong or something that can then throw moves at Cresselia. So I don't know if I love that swap. You are up a shield, so yes, just going straight for the dig. Grab that second shield or take out. Or not quite take out. Again, you can shield or you can just go 2 shield Cress. Going to shield. It is a Gligar in the... not Gligar, sorry. It is a Quagsire in the back. Even though you CMP'd, you are just going to let it go just because you know you have Cress with a double super effective Grass Knot. Kind of like what we saw with the Swampert matchup. It's just so easy for Cress to hit these mud boys. And it's so tanky, right? So this is just going to be a very, very easy takedown here. Okay, Lickitung. Right, this is where it gets a little tricky. I would... I was going to say, you need to try and take that Body Slam not on your Gligar here. I was going to say, you can come in here and get the counter. The only other thing I was going to say is maybe throw... I know you're banking the move because you want to try and draw out something like a Ghost and something and then punish it with Gligar. So banking the move is not a bad idea. Going Mirror Coat here. I don't know if it's ever worth going Mirror Coat. And I'm just going to look up the stats on the side right now while this matchup plays out. I don't think you should ever go Mirror Coat. I think you should always go Return on Wobbuffet. So stat products. Yeah, 55 energy, 72 damage for Mirror Coat, 1.31. And then 70 energy, 130 damage, 1.86 for return. You always throw return. I don't think, unless you can like not get a move off, then you throw Mirror Coat. But otherwise you're throwing return constantly. So looks like you tried to snipe. You got 1 shield, you're gonna get 1 back. They're gonna probably come in with Lickitung. Get the full dig down. You basically have 2 answers from, I mean, Wobbuffet's a little less of an answer, but Cresselia is a pretty good answer for Medi here. And I assume you're just going to come and counter it down because Psycho Cut would be very difficult to do that. I'll talk about that in 1 sec. Yeah, again, try and go return. You'll live, right? If this is just an Ice Punch, yeah, it has to be an Ice Punch because Dynamic Punch and Psychic are resisted. So you'll live with these. Get that 130 damage return off here. This will probably take out just about. Nice snipe. Okay. This is interesting because neutral Grass Knots, Smackdowns and stuff is just going to add up. I'm trying to think like what is a potential... Are you bulky enough to have a win con here with just out? Are you spamming and bulky enough to have a win con, or are these Smackdowns just going to add up too much over time? You got a shield. Maybe you're just trying to see how much one does. Yeah, just kind of figure out your... I think your only potential... I'm trying to figure out if a win con is catching on the Wobbuffet and saving a shield, or if these smackdowns are going to add up that you need to just try and counter as much down as you can here. And you're thinking that you need to try and counter this down. Shield. Hope you're bulky enough to counter down. Throw the mirror shot. Yeah, you just got to throw any move to try and chip this as much as you can. I know what... Yeah. Oh, trying for the timeout strategy, or you're going to counter down. Yeah, that's so smart. That was really heads up play. Yeah, you're basically, your three options were staying with Crest and try and chip as much with the move and then try and finish it off with counter. Make that move into Wobbuffet and just counter down there and try and hope your bulk was enough, or try and catch on Wobbuffet. But you correctly recognized that the counter down was basically your only win con there, and that you did have enough health to outlast there. So really heads up. I should say, and what I was gonna say earlier is, I think I put it in the new. I've updated because again I used to take showcases, but I never really asked for it. So now I'm asking it. I'm like, oh, I actually need to fill this form out a bit more. So I'm now asking for not just the Pokemon you're using, their IVs, their movesets, and your ELO level. And there's a big difference between the ranges of ELO that I'm getting for people. Like, again, everyone's in the early stages. This was first week, so you're only like rank 11. But there is a huge difference between what I'm watching here and what I've watched in the past like couple of videos that I covered. And that's fine. Like, I have a range of subscribers that go from I just started playing 3 months ago to I'm like a 3,500 ELO player and everything in between. So I will get submissions that are like this, or just like this player clearly knows what they're doing. Like, I haven't had to talk about, like other videos, I talk about typing, I talk about team comps, I talk about alignment, about when not to switch and do that stuff. And you're already like figuring out your win conditions, knowing when to switch, timing, stuff like that. So like the critical analysis side of me is going to be a lot less here. But Medi, good lead. If it's an ice punch, it's worth the shield, because that would do like 75%. So I'm going to get off the aerial ace here. I guess, are you going to try and throw before, or are you going to try and catch? Okay. Yeah, let's say you have two options. You throw before, or you try and catch. And catching on the Wobbuffet, again, it seems like Wobbuffet is your safe swap. Registeel will resist everything, but the counters are super effective. Zap Cannon, I'm guessing it's probably do like a third. Like, it'll definitely take 3 to take you out. You do get the attack fall, which is unfortunate. Just gonna, again, yeah, both are resisted, so just go for as much chip as you can. I was supposed to say, I'm aware the switch timer is going to come up soon. I'm going to say, are you going to try and bank this move and snipe with dig? Yeah, that's what I figured. Just bank that move. Return will still hurt in neutral situations. Come and dig. They may come in Medi and get this ice punch off on you. They definitely have energy. Oh no. Or no, wait. No, they dumped you caught the energy. So why are they coming in here? They should be coming in carbon earlier then. Baiting. They know you have a Wobbuffet. They don't know what your other Pokemon is, so they probably will shield. Yeah, you're still not going to get to a move. But again, chip is chip, despite it being resisted here. Yeah, just there's no point of going Wobbuffet yet. I think you just come in here, take one move just to see how much it does. If it's a Moonblast and it lowers your attack, maybe reset. Does not lower. So you just get this Grass Knot off. This is super effective. Probably going to take multiple though. Then it's worth shielding the next one to take that out. Altaria. So this is the one where Wobbuffet wouldn't even be good. I want to see if you catch, or yeah, so you're going for the catch again. Does not happen this time. They're staying in, trying to figure out what do I do against this. So they're really farming up here. Gonna get to a move. Gonna be a Sky Attack, which will obviously do some damage, but not a lot. They clearly don't have an answer for this. And the question is, do they have an answer for Gligar in the back? Because they're clearly just staying in here to chip as much as they can here. because counters resisted, right? It's not a bad matchup for them. Altaria counters resisted, returns hurt, and you're just seeing the straight out bulk here. They will probably take you out here with Dragon Breath before you get to... Nope, you get to the return. That's just hope. Level 51 best buddied here. So lots and lots of bulk here. Then a snipe. Again, I don't know if I like the snipe. I don't know if I like the snipe for this exact reason. And here's why I don't like the snipe. Switch is one of the... I always say, Switch is one of the most important... There's 3 things that win matches. Switch, energy advantage, shield advantage. Your Wobbuffet is like 1 or 2 HP from being taken out. They did not get out of the Altaria matchup against Wobbuffet, and there's 2 reasons for that. One is counters resisted, and they may not have an answer for the back in that. But the second thing that you need to consider is they have an answer for Gligar in the back, right? Because Altaria has a really good matchup against... Not a really good matchup, but a decent matchup against Gligar. So if they really wanted to keep that alignment, they would. But they probably knew that they have other answers in the back. So the fact that you just came back in and switch locked yourself against what is now an answer, like is something that I personally would not do. So I think you given up that switch unnecessarily. So just going to try and chip this with Dig as much as you can. So just getting the second one off here. This, again, these chips will add up. Like that's just Shadow Gligar's kind of strength, is just chipping a bunch. You'll definitely get to, I was about to say, you'll get to a move before them. So, sorry, you'll get to a move before they can farm down. So they're going to have to throw and take you out. Out comes Cress. Going to just, you're over farming and going to burn the shield here. And what is in the back? A Medi. Holy Medis that you're running into here. So don't even bait. They're saving the 2 shields for the next match. Like the Altaria is low. Like why are they not shielding? Now they got a shield. Tried the catch again, did not happen that time. At best they have Ice Punch, right? Because Dynamic Punch Psychic resisted, so they can only go Ice Punch. Now you got to watch your catch, because these Ice Punches and counters will start adding up, and they're going to try and catch your Grass Knot on there. And you can just, I saw, you won't see it at the 1.5 level. I saw it, that half-second delay there. So you'll see it again here if you just watch. You'll do one fast move, and then there's like a slight delay, and that was Rob here. Oh, sorry, coming up here. That's Rob just making sure that catch doesn't happen. So Rob or Bob? Bob, I think. Just half there. You just saw it, right? That animation like fully went back. It just kind of settled in. It's because they waited half a second to make sure that they didn't catch here. And I expect something similar coming in through here. Oh, the Azumarill. I said Altaria, but the Azumarill's still alive. Going to take this out here. And then you should just shield and outpace to the Grass Knot for sure. Can this Grass Knot take out? Cress is pretty... Oh, Future Sight. Duh. They have no shields. Yes, you can outpace to Future Sight. That is not resisted. That is neutral. Okay, let's see if this is Spark. Okay, if it's Spark, try and catch Surf on 6, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. They were heads up, not the answer. I get it. Dark, go Dark into a Psychic, has Crunch. Crunch will be super effective. Has Brutal Swing. Okay, whatever. One of the 2. Counter, super effective. Return, going to hurt, especially against a Guzzlord, which can't really take moves. And now you can just counter down. Shield if you want. Shield and return, or just let it go and come wing attack here. Still get to a move. I'm thinking you didn't know you get to the return, because return would take out here and this will not. Still counter it down, which is crazy. Now you can get Cress on it. Yeah, I'm guessing that was just you did not expect to get to the return. Thunderbolt will chip. Cress is tanky enough though. So they just go Surf. These Surfs, I don't even know what the best like play to go against Cress is. Multiple Surfs or Thunderbolts and then plus. So they shield. Yeah. Once they shield once, I think it's worth matching, because they clearly are scared to see this, but Spark is still... I used Water Gun the other day like 3 weeks ago when I'm filming this. I didn't love it. And there's your Mantine. So that's tricky. That's just an Air Release. That was very fast, so you don't need to shield this one. But that seems they only need 2, so you might want to start launching. Maybe try and CMP this. Yep, that's exactly so. This is... I'm saying this as like it's a very obvious play. This trainer's clearly advanced. I'm assuming this is a legend trainer. You can just tell just based on like everything here. CMP, charge move priority. So if you both throw your charge moves at the same time, whoever has the higher attack stat gets to go first. Mantine is very defensive heavy, so it has a lower attack. So Gligar is going to win CMP. So you just throw right. They threw right on 5 for Air Release. So that's 1 wing attack through. Is that 1 or 2? But basically they're going to go right into CMP on 5 here. Yeah, 5 and 5. And just CMP with the Air Release, knowing that they're going to win CMP here. Now you can either shield and farm and come out with a move, or you can try and Psycho Cut down. But yeah, going for the shield energy, has the dig ready. Spark is resisted. You are pretty low though. Are you going to try and combo here? Going to try and combo here with the Grass Knot. Not enough to take out, I don't think. It should live with like in the red. And you need to get to another move, and you will. I thought they were going to try and CMP you, but able to take that. So again, nice heads up there. Lantern again, still Spark. This one you came immediately, which is interesting. I'm surprised you didn't stay and try and do the same Surf catch. Because that's what I would do. I would just try and like get ahead on energy and try and catch the Surf on Wobbuffet. Got to take a Sky Attack. Return resisted, but you know, you got to try and just chip it while you can. Now the thing is, if they go Sky Attack, you're going to outpace. If they go Brave Bird, they should be able to take you out with the Steel Wings after. Like shield and take you out. If they don't know the counts, they're likely to just shield and keep switch. Nope. They take switch. Coming in Gligar. Bad matchup, but not when you're 3 times lowered. Whiscash. Gonna get the dig off. So they have a Lantern and a Whiscash. So you don't need to run just yet. At this point, you could just like stay and just go Crest for the win, I think. You should live a Scald, instant swap to save it in case you need a sack swap later. They're going to try and Scald and lower your attack. Let's see if that 30% hits. You're going to shield the Scald. Yeah, I guess, yeah, Scald versus Surf. I guess Scald is probably hard hitting. And they are, again, going to try and just lower your attack and hit you with the Scalds here. And you are saying, I trust that hurts more than the other moves. Behind on energy, we already know Lantern can live 1 Surf, 1 Grass Knot with ease. 1 Thunderbolt, maybe back-to-back Thunderbolts from this range could take you out. With the Spark damage is nerfed. It's going to be close. And do you try and catch your switch timer's up, so you could try and catch a Thunderbolt here. Yeah, right on CMP. Not CMP, but like right on the thing. So good catch there. Again, now you got to watch out for them. Do get the Grass Knot off, take this out. And you should be far enough ahead on energy to take that out. So like, again, the only thing I can talk about is like the giving up switch too much. Other than that, your plays are like just spot on. Like there's not much I can talk about there. Again, trying to catch the Aqua Tail, does not quite catch. Gets the Skarmory again. Going to go with return, because always throw out the return. There's no real point to throw the Mirror Coat. I assume they'll go Sky Attack first, because most do. Not wanting to, knowing that, like if I was them, I would just go to 2 Brave Birds at this point. I would take this return and I would just farm up to 2 Brave Birds and then throw the first Brave Bird, is how I would play this out. I don't think they farmed up enough. They could throw Brave Bird, but I don't think they farmed up enough for how I would want to play it. And they catch the Mirror Coat on the Quagsire, which is interesting. You can now come Crest and get the Grass Knots off to take this out in a one-shot. So going for the Grass Knots. Stone Edge hurts. They did have a lot of energy. This could be back-to-back here. Yeah, they got so much energy in the beginning, so that does hurt. Get the Grass Knot off. They're going to go 2 shields with whatever's in the back. They have the Skarmory, a little bit left. That Psycho Cut won't do anything to, so they could just come in here and get the move off. Yeah. They just know that Psycho Cut won't do anything, so they can just come Skarmory and take that fast move. You're going to try and save this. Oof. You just burn the shield sort of unnecessarily here. And it's a Mandibuzz in the back. I feel like if you had 2 shield... Oh, bad fast move timing. I feel like this is the first matchup I'm seeing where you are making bad plays. And I feel like it's that shield just messed up your mentality there for a second. I feel like you like miscounted, thinking that you can get to a move to take it out. Like the answer was you should have gone 2 shield Gligar for the win. But what I think happened is like you thought that you could like either get to a move or like your switch timer's up, you can catch, and that didn't work. And then you came in here, and then you saw the Mandibuzz knowing it's not a good matchup, and then just like got frustrated, and then you just screwed up the timing on the fast moves that they got a lot of snarl through there. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing something that it's like, okay, you because you otherwise know how to do it. You tried to catch there, did not work. They're loaded with energy. You're in trouble here. Dark Pulse. Again, the Mandibuzz is just so tanky. When you take out the Dig of Gligar, it just becomes... It's still good, but it just becomes more limited. Yeah, like that fast move timing. Like, you know how to fast move time. I think you just got like flustered a little bit here. Knowing that you're just... I was about to say, I feel like Aerial Ace is maybe the only lose con. Yeah. I would also go Dark Pulse because Aerial Ace is basically your only lose con that maybe doesn't do enough and Snarl can't farm down, so they have to just go back-to-back Dark Pulse. Yep. Like, good last battle on your opponent's part. I think they played pretty well. But yeah, again, so I think switch, again, I won't chalk up that last one. Again, there was 2 mistakes in the last battle, but I think that was just kind of like you messed up with the count, you got flustered, and then you messed up that back end there. But it's just the switches earlier in the matchup where I was like, oh, I wouldn't have given up that one. I wouldn't have given up that one. But again, everyone's different. But personally, for me, I would have not given up switch that many times. But that is it. So thanks for the battles. We'll keep these going. Again, a lot of these are from earlier in the season, but I wanted to get through, like, because there was like 30 submissions. I want to try and get through all those as a thank you for submitting. So that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.